Good afternoon, everybody on YouTube. This is Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. Today we are working on a Panasonic Nv-3120. This is another rare color machine. This came off eBay for a customer in Paris, France, who had it drop shipped to me and he wanted me to service this thing. I believe this guy is just a collector overseas. I don't know how he would actually use this machine. This is a 60 hertz. It's not a PAL unit. But I guess he's just a collector and he wants the thing to work. So anyways, he drop shipped this machine to me today. And I'm just getting started on the preliminaries on this machine. A big problem we had was, of course, the rubber. Okay, here's the clutch tires that was on this thing. You can break them off with your fingers. Like I said, all Panasonic rubber tires, they all degrade and fall apart. I mean, the rubber tires on these things were useless. And you have to replace them, and these kits are not easy to find. If you know the diameters and know the sizes, it's not an easy thing to find. Especially this big one that goes on this big wheel. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it, this thing is really gnarly. From sitting and cracked and discolorated and just garbage. So you do have to change the rubber tires out on these things, guys. Luckily, I had another kit. One kit left over. Hopefully I'm going to be able to find some more rubber tires for kits for these Panasonics. We got them installed, so now we got full movement on this deck. Rewind, fast forward, and playback. So now we're just doing other steps. I'm noticing it's going to need alignment, no doubt about it. It's not quite working like it should. It's playing, but it's just not totally up to full sync and spec yet. I'm going to have to do some more preliminary checks on it. But once you get to this point and you get the rubber all restored, the belts restored, and you actually get the unit in full working mode, the rest of it's not really that hard to do. But as you can see, we do have it in play. The video head is good on this machine, which on most Panasonics they're not. So that was a plus. This is an actually pretty good machine. This is one of the rarer machines. It's a 3120. This guy sent it to me off eBay. As you can see, this is the case of this thing is in really nice shape. It ain't beat up. It's in really, really good condition, this machine. And you know, the really weird thing about this machine is the power supply plugs, or the power plug, I'm sorry. The plug that plugs in the wall, that plugs in the back, that's a 3-pin jobber, and those are really hard to find. You don't even, I mean, most of the time when you get these machines, they never have a power cord to them, and you just can't power it without that plug. It's got these 3 little holes in it, one for ground, neutral, and positive. It's got the, it's really weird. It's a very weird plug. When people lose these power supply plugs for the back end and plug of this unit, you can't power these things up without jury-rigging it. So, you know, anyways, the power cord for this thing with the 3 holes in it, I was very surprised this thing actually had one. Because that's another rare plus. You just don't find those extension cords to plug into these. People lose them, and the Panasonics are indigenous for a 3-hole type of plug, and you got to have this actual power cord. But anyways, everything else is checking out to be pretty good. It is a color machine. It's a 3120. We are getting the playback. It's getting there. I do have to clean the contacts, I think, on the audio board and the video board, because a lot of times those switches get very, very dirty, and you'll start getting funky playback when you start using them for the first time after you've been sitting for a long time. You do need to clean the switches, you know, and of course the oxide cleaner is what you use for that. But this is a very, very good machine. It's a Panasonic Nv-3120. It's a color unit, and the only Panasonics I recommend anybody looking for is the ones that are color. Don't even bother with those black and white pieces of crap. I mean, they're black and white, the Panasonics, I mean, they do work, but I mean, I wouldn't waste my money on those. The Panasonic color machines were the best machines, hands down. They beat Sony's ass like 10 times over. It's a much better unit. So you'd want to go with the Panasonics, and this is a 3120. There's a 3130 and there's a 3160. These are the best 3 color machines made by Panasonic. Just in case you're ever looking for one. This is an EIAJ color black and white standard. Very, very good machine. So right now we're going through the preliminaries. A lot of tweaking I got to do. Some switch cleaning and adjustments. I did clean all the switches on the front of the unit, which if you notice, it's got a black and white switch and color switch where you flip either one on for whatever recording mode you're going to be in. And the tracking switch was a little dirty. The audio and control heads were dirty. The video head actual contacts on the head underneath this plate had to be cleaned. This thing has been sitting for a very, very long time, but it's a very, very good machine. It actually works very, very well. So anyways, this is a repair job for a guy in Paris, France. He's a collector, that's all I know. I can't see him actually using the deck, but he's overseas. He bought it and he had it shipped to me to have it serviced and just get it to actually work. I guess he wants to see it rewind and fast forward and play. I don't know why, but he's kind of an eccentric collector in Paris, France. You know, he's going to pay a pretty big price for all this, the shipping alone, besides the repair cost on this. It's going to be a pretty big dollar value. I mean, but he's a gigantic collector in Paris, and he really wants this machine. So anyways, we replaced all the rubber and the clutch tires and the kit, got that all changed out. As you can see, everything inside of it was degraded and falling apart. We got brand new rubber stock on this thing now, a brand new belt. Everything's been cleaned. We're doing some, still got to oil some of the switches and various different things and the preliminaries for alignments, but another day or two I'll have this thing working just where it belongs. But anyways, guys, we hope you guys enjoyed this video.